Oke, tes 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 tes. Tes. Oke. Oke guys, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jadi pada siang hari ini ya, seperti judul aku bakalan streaming Fontaine Final Part. Nah, jadi jadi aku udah grindingin akun quest Fontaine Genshin sampai ke final part, yaitu sudah sampai apa ya? Kalau judul udah sampai ke part 5, di mana itu adalah final part dari Fontaine. Apakah kau bisa melewati itu dengan mudah? Ya, siapa yang tahu. Yaudah. Oke, tunggu ya, aku bakal sharing dulu ya. Oke. Sambil menunggu siapa aja yang datang ya. Akun, kan pakai bahasa Jepang. Hei, gimana saya mau menyapa Anda dengan bahasa Jepang? Bagaimana saya akan menyapa Anda ke akun? BTW welcome ya. Oh no. Siang Pak, siang akun. Tunggu ya. Habis ini mulai kok, habis ini kok. Tunggu. Assalamualaikum, waalaikumsalam Aufa, welcome yang baru datang ya. Oke, semuanya sudah. Kita pantau live chat. Welcome yang baru datang ya guys. Aduh, kan belum login kan aku jadinya. Aduh. Aku jadinya belum login kok kayak gini. Wait. Nah, wait ya. Wait guys, aku kalau login kayak gitu nanti ke doxing dong emailku. Oh, enggak lah, pakai email. Malah caps lock. Nah, nanti setelah ini selesai aku bakal HSR ya guys. Setelah ini selesai, sambil kita ngomong-ngomong santai. Wah, bisa login, buset. Asia. Kayaknya hitam bang. Iya, tunggu ini. Nah, ini apa? Bukan hitam lagi nih, mana namanya? Oke, kita sudah sampai di Fontaine Final Part guys. Let's go. Semoga bakal mudah ya aku melewatinya ya, karena kita akan melawan paus. Bang, please lah, jangan berbagi flashback. Iya. Tunggu, ini udah login ini kok. Tunggu. Rasio worth it kah Steam Mama Wallet? Kalau buat aku kurang ya. Wallet itu kan lebih ke ini. Dia tuh kan lebih damage area. Sedangkan rasio itu single target. Berarti rasio itu dikasih tim komnya sama Nah, ini dia guys. Ini cutscene tadi pagi nih.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
Oke.
concludes my opening performance.
Oke, ini final partnya yang aku skip tadi pagi nih.
Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our
Nah, aku
God.
tadi pagi tidur. Cuman karena buat nge-skip ini guys.
So, this is what it is.
Woi.
Yes, you deserve praise for the effort you took to raise the
Mending
dramatic
Dokter
stage.
Asio itu dipasangin kayak sama Clara atau
Do
sama
not forget,
Topaz,
however,
itu bagus.
that I am Fosalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself.
May I interpret these words as your refusal to stand trial? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
Waduh, ngajak duel bos, mantap. Setim Mama Red tuh bukan karena incer apanya, tapi incer debuffnya. Iya, aku paham. Bener juga, nggak salah katamu.
I see. It seems like
Wah.
you have made up your mind.
Ini, Rohe, kenapa? Loh, buset. Loh,
Can't believe it. She just surrendered.
loh kok nyerah Ina? Katanya ini.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a...
Kan rasio dia harus
human?
3 debuff di tim. Iya, aku paham. Tapi aku kurang tahu ya dia tuh rekomendasi atau enggak.
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding.
Looking for excuses again, huh?
I raised my hands just now to indicate I will admit that I've been running away for I'm sorry.
Aduh.
You are not the only
Pokoknya aku nggak bakal nangis tadi guys, nggak bakal nangis aku, santai aja ya. Aku kuat kok kalau sama scene-scene beginian. Siapa lagi 3 cara kang debuff di HSS Impera SW Locha Welt. Iya, aku paham.
Farina, we'll use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice.
Aku kurang tahu ya worth it atau enggak ya.
I will protect you. Applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous and
Aku kurang tahu gitu ya.
fantastical arcs known
Tunggu
to the
orangnya datang ya.
plays is now a mark my words. This shall be one
Akun
of the
cengeng.
most
Gak tahu ah.
exhilarating, brilliant
Yang
shows
cengeng itu
ever
Navia
to
yang
grace
cengeng,
the
guys.
stage of Fontaine.
Oh, now we're making history.
Why does it feel like Farina just took over the whole... Also, even though she's still acting super
Halo
dramatic...
bahasanya bunga
Alright,
ubah
then.
lagi.
Who will be my
Let's go
opponent
Chongyun
in
tebas
this
dia.
trial?
Chongyun siapa itu?
The court
Keluarin
asks
kocak.
the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Yo,
Is that so?
bukan Chongyun itu keluarin namanya. Apa ini? Kita suruh ngapain ini? Oh ini debat ini. Debat lagi guys, let's go. Wah, ini nih.
Also, please allow me to ask, Nazif, just how much work did you do to force me?
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward.
Navia, the president of the Spina di Rosula.
Di luar Archon of
Most of the
Justice,
people who
meanwhile in reality
participated in
di
the
Archon of
disturbance this
Drama.
morning were my they changed into
Waduh,
plain
emang boleh
clothes, the
sefakta
people's
itu.
resentment
Tapi kan
against
kita nggak
Roma.
tahu, Alpha. Aku
According
kan
to our
juga
understanding and analysis of
mau
the
tahu,
system,
mau cari
we
tahu
arranged
apa
for
ini.
So, you mean...
Karena aku kan
And
selama ini
their
kan
goal was
ngeliatnya
to
di
force you to step
cutscene
into
atau
the
nggak ngeliat
giant
di
magic box, so
YouTube, jadi kan
That's
nggak
right.
paham. Tapi aku coba
That
cari
house
tahu
was a
sendiri
magic box,
ketika aku bermain
rather than
nanti.
someone's residence.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Arania. Was an Archon. Instead, my thanks, Farina. Without Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and
So, in other...
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster.
Sebenarnya aku nggak tahu sih. Aku kan bukan ngerendahin ya, tapi aku sebenarnya kurang tahu.
Then,
Bagian
I can
sedihnya
guess
tuh ada di
we've
mana
met
sih
in
bagian
Florence
sedihnya?
parts.
Aku nggak tahu guys.
You
Mungkin aku
gathered
bisa
a
cari tahu
crowd.
sendiri mungkin.
Prepare to stage, and also that as soon as I...
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must... As for you, you'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we've... Oh?
Guess wrong.
It's fine. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this
Madam Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This is a document that Miss Charlotte...
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's... Oh, Leibheimancy. Wait, so in other words, we can refer to this and let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated
Wah,
the
ini
Hydro
nih.
Archon in the
Nggak
very
bisa
first
di
duel
sininya,
you took
guys.
part. This is the first time of Fatui, the fortress. According to Monsieur, I nearly lost my os. The words of someone as extraordinary.
Oke.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position.
Bang, sesekali
The
main
trial
game
shall
lain
now
bang biar
begin.
rame. Iya, tunggu mau tamatin Genshin
come
dulu.
on, just fast forward. Of course. It
Masalahnya
is
gimana ya? Aku tuh
natural
ngerasa
for you-
That's true. But my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead,
Wait,
aku
What
itu
was
pernah
that?
main game
Lady
lain.
Farina's a fraud?
Hey,
Tapi ya itu kagak rame. Kayak ML, FF, ML nggak semudah itu. ML itu butuh
Charge
HP Alpha,
accepted.
sedangkan aku nggak ada kabel.
Lady Farina, do you plead guilty to the charge? Lady Farina,
I plead not guilty. How can I be
Arknek
guilty?
nggak bisa main,
There
HI3
is no
aku
way
pernah
that
main
I,
waktu pertama kali PNG
Usulor,
stream. Kamu tinggal
otherwise known
cek
as
di
Farina
replay yang
de
paling
Fontaine,
lama.
a member
Blue
of the
Archive,
Seven and the Regina of all
uh,
waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine could be.
Yeah. Even though...
yeah.
Kalau
I've
kalau
never questioned
Blue
her
Archive ya,
identity either.
ML mudah kalau
Sure,
jago.
Lady Farina can be super
Iya, aku bisa main ML, tapi setup streamingnya susah, Alpha. Tidak semudah itu.
I have cause
Besides,
to believe
stream
that
ML itu butuh
common
kabel,
sense
sedangkan
will
aku belum
prevail
beli.
in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were. See? Even the if you wish to drop.
An argument with near impossible odds, huh? You have to not only
Well,
Guardian
I
Tales paling
tried to
manjur,
give you the
langsung
chance
banyak
to
sesepuh
surrender.
datang. Oh,
And if
aku ada
I
juga
was
main Guardian
not
Live,
the-
Guardian Tale waktu itu. Cuman aku udah itu. Waduh, bahasa Inggris kakek nenek moyang pun langsung terspawn. Yoi, betul banget. Ini kah? Nah, langsung ngasal pada aku itu.
That doesn't sound...
Oke, nggak bisa. Charlotte nggak bisa berarti ya. Ini kah? Meeting the Knave? Semoga ini.
First of all, you may be a member...
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave?
a curse. I once thought it possible that the aura, but in light of this claim,
Neverlet sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina...
Well, it is true that it's
Kalau
extremely
Rabel paling
difficult to
bocah-bocah
tell
SDLT
humans and
enggak
gods apart
enggak.
just by
Aku
looking at
kalau
them.
Rabel itu butuh teman mabar
It's not
Alpha,
impossible.
sedangkan aku nggak ada teman mabar aku.
Well, don't start Besides, everyone for centuries, one need only to turn their eyes towards
ML
the
paling nggak
orgies
tata paling lama di
magnifici
depan,
analis
kasar di
cardinal
belakang.
and-
Aku mah nggak peduli aku. Ini kah? Oh. Bukan. Ini kah?
That doesn't...
Oke, berarti kita ke ini. Ini kah?
that
Wah,
doesn't
mana yang
sound
betul
right.
nih? Woi, nggak bisa ganti bahasa kah? Aduh. Mana ya? Wah, ini lagi.
You tried to reference the Oratrice, but weren't you as...
Didn't I make myself clear at the time?
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder of your current... While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come. You will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges.
I never thought.
That was no trick of...
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operate. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
The real Hydro Archon. It is true that I did not know why, but the oratories handed out that you can't.
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident that we won't be able to produce proof.
My power as an Archon.
If that poses a concern,
You don't need to go.
Aren't you the Hydro Archon? Or
Indemnitium. Yes, it's all because of Indemnitium. All Archon. Thus did I give up all of my.
Isn't that
Yeah, no matter how.
Wah, mantap. Menang lagi, boy.
seems like nobody's buying Farina's
Hey, come now, everyone. I'm still the same, please.
If what the prosecutor said is true,
Did she deceive all of us?
Andai aja ada Raiden yang
Parents and
nonton debat.
grandparents too?
Buset. Ditonton Archon
That's
langsung dong.
enough. Tell me then, if you have.
Ini Farina, Roy, ngaku salah, dia susah amat sih. Buset, kesel aku. Akon. Pasti langsung kawain pedang. Raiden, tidak.
doesn't sound right.
Tidak, Alpha. Yang langsung kawain pedang itu Shogun. Kalau Raiden A, kalau si A itu masih lembut orangnya, seriusan. Raiden tuh masih lembut. Tapi kalau Shogun nggak pakai basa-basi, tebas langsung. Ini kah Navia? Apalagi kalau si Farina bilang aku bisa mengalahkan semua Archon. Alah, Mang Ea. Ya sih, aku agak kesel sebenarnya waktu awal-awal di Fontaine.
It has been established.
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use.
Miss Navia, please.
Super sorry. Now, I've brought some seawater.
Ya,
from
aku
Poseidon.
skip jadi nggak tahu.
Include so.
Gak apa-apa, santai aja. Aku juga tukang skip store ya kok. Tapi aku di sini cuma berusaha menikmati bagaimana sih Archon Quest di Fontaine itu. Bayangin loh, itu ini aku speedrun 2 bulan. Akun ini dibuat tanggal pertengahan Desember. Sekarang Archon Quest-nya udah sampai ke sekarang tanggal 18 20 Januari. Woi, bangke kau gen. Halo Azami, welcome Azami.
Lady Farina, this...
Well, of course he had to tell her that.
she's just
Akun
staring at the
terkuat pada masa
water
perang
and
Akon tuh
saying
Geo nggak
some
sih?
word.
Tahu, aku nggak tahu juga kalau story mendalamnya Genshin aku.
Due to the inherent...
Hey!
Hah? Loh? Dulornya kalau dia ulti langsung batu semua, banyak tombak
Look at
besar
me,
jatuh.
everyone. Will you believe?
Miss Siegewin? If you're present, Miss Siegewin...
Siege, don't be nervous. It'll just take.
Dulornya dia kalau ulti langsung jadi batu semua
Please announce
dan
the
banyak
results
tombak
of your
besar jatuh
evaluation to
langsung.
the court,
Akon
Miss
Idol
Siegewin.
seketika tertidur lelap.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina was displaying symptoms of she was experiencing.
Thank you, Miss Siegewin. Lady...
Oh wait, what did she?
Well, however, after extensive discussion, we don't want.
Yeah, so it's a great.
Ayolah.
Listen to me, everyone. Please don't give me. Think about it. How can also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare to just put?
Oh wow, gak ada yang percaya dong.
Please.
Oh man.
Anyone, just listen to me. I swear.
BTW kamu penasaran gak sih sama animenya Genshin? Oh no. Mantap, gak ada yang percaya. Alright, you feel it? You believe it? Oh no. Aku nggak tahu, aku belum tahu banget ya soal animenya Genshin.
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think there's.
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections,
Katanya sih
we'll
jalan
move on
cerita
to the final
animenya
judgment.
itu sebelum perang Akon dimulai dan tamat pas perang Akon akhir. Oh, I see. Alright. Wow, udah sih. Wow, udah sih. Hah. Kena sudah. Tadi aku keskip lagi.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine.
Kalau ada benar ada pasti
As a
oh
human
jelas.
who knowingly deceived
Aku juga
a fellow
aku juga
citizen.
kepo sih sama
Farina is
aku juga kepo sih sama ini
Guilty.
ini apa? Udah nangis aja lu. Mana ada nangis? Gak ada. Aku seandainya on cam gak nangis aku itu. Gak nangis aku guys, santai aja. Aku juga kepo sih sama perang akonnya dulu tuh kayak gimana
We
gitu.
shall now turn to the oratrice mécanique.
Fui, let's go. Apakah ini bakal cutscene? Bukan lu tapi Farina, sialan. Kau biarnya lu itu ke siapa masalahnya?
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique.
What's wrong? What's...
No, the oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Isn't
Bukan
that
dulunya ke
correct
kamu.
then?
Kamu ngomongnya lu.
The
Bilang aja
exact wording
Farina
of the
gitu loh.
verdict is thus:
The Hydro
the
Archon.
Hydro Archon,
Wah,
guilty,
gak salah.
be punished via
Wih.
the death sentence.
Hukuman mati dong. Hukuman mati.
That's actually one of the available sentences?
Wah,
I've always thought that he was
wow,
just
wala weh.
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court, and it's been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice? What an unexpected twist.
Wala
Has
weh.
been sentenced to death by the oratrice? We just wanted to use the trial to show her the seriousness of things so she'd tell us the truth.
This outcome is indeed quite strange. Is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes?
Yeah, even Maché wasn't sentenced to death by the oratrice.
Indeed. Not only, but now.
Cutscene kah? Cutscene? Kenapa pakai bahasa Inggris sih?
Excuse me.
Bang, aku nggak paham. Aku juga.
Is the trial still?
Fremine, you finally made it.
Aku nggak bisa ngubah,
Ini-
guys. With some help from other Fatui. Oh, ini.
Is that the first
Loh.
prophecy? Huh.
Oh, ini batu yang tadi ya.
Looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the sea. It took me a while, but has the trial already concluded? Then
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the record left on the slate.
Apa ini?
Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates.
Oke, kita lihat.
So what do you see?
The previous Hydro Archon releasing. Turning. Wah. Mengubah semua Oceanite kepada wujud manusia.
I
Wow.
believe I have now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime. It has to
Menurutmu
do
Archon
with
sebenarnya itu
Fontaine's lost
siapa?
history.
Aku sih kalau untuk saat ini masih taunya
Do you mean the
si
real
vokal
Hydro Archon we've
si
been kind of talking about?
Vokalor aku taunya.
In truth, everything. However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense.
Let's try.
Cutscene. Oh ini. Oh belum. Wah lah, kenapa harus bahasa Inggris sih?
The first stone slate describes what you just said. Does that mean that the second stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together? This must be the point when the third slate shows. Well, the fourth slate is the. We didn't believe that such a.
Sebentar ya. Ini kah?
That doesn't.
Ini?
That doesn't.
Ini kayaknya. Ah, nice
We know
betul.
from ends the first stone slate. This might be.
Alright. Ini dia. Humans who turn into Oceanites. Oke. Kita verifikasi dulu kebenarannya. Ini kayaknya lebih ke New Violet kah? Oh bukan. Child? Bukan. Ini kah? Nah,
Perhaps what is the true sin of the Hydra and the original sin?
kalau yang ini profesi stat ini siapa ini anaknya? Nevia. Wih, ngasal loh aku loh.
Went the st-
Ini kayak New Village yang ngomong ini. Nah,
The prophecy from the stone slates, if we...
nah.
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea but won't cease to exist. Their essence... The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. She was... The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of Meripede was the surest... The stone slate's content...
Oke.
Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now, but...
Let's hear them.
Incredible.
We're...
All Fontainians were originally created by the late previous Hydro Archon, with Oceanids as their base. The evidence for that can be found in how only Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she also...
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the that could also
The Hydro Archon's true sin was creating...
And yet, after many hundreds of years, the Hydro Archon's creations have turned around to try to judge the Archon within the Opera Epiclese.
Yeah, isn't the image here just... So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea once the prophecy has been fulfilled? In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away. Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know, it is impressive that you've already... However, while you were able to decode all the information on the slates, they've also been etched with an additional layer of hidden information. When we were at the ruins, now that the slate collection is complete, I believe I should share this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as well. Your hypotheses regarding the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves expressed to the Hydro. However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life, the Hydro, not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiar. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanids' blood vessels. But if Fontainians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. As a result, their forms would collapse, and they would be reverted to their original forms as Oceanids.
Huh?
Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine first came into being.
So we were all Oceanids before we turned into human beings?
That's way too much information for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard a single... Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced to death. After all, her only sin was creating us.
This really might be too much information for your regular Fontainian.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was inaccurate. A key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the individuals depicted in the water are human. They have not been dissolved, which implies that the nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well. You may also recall Navia's therefore, that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice. Yes, it refers to our present...
I think I'm following now. In truth, everything we've done has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold. So now, it seems, we're the ones making sure it comes true.
What should we do?
Huh. No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled.
If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the fourth slate will also be fulfilled?
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your deduction about the fourth slate. However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, as for the root cause of the catastrophe...
Apalagi nih? Bukti lagi nih ya?
This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come. We must find the root...
Oh, bukan.
It was both dream.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing.
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root.
Wah, udah cutscene. Wah, ini nih. Child. Nah, masuk lagi. Wah.
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the opera house? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it is chosen to make That whale does not belong to Tevat. It is a monster that it has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea. And once it has finished consuming all of the energy...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontainians out of Oceanids...
Precisely. That whale finds the blood of Fontainians nigh impossible to resist. Therefore, when it left the primordial sea, it decided to make...
We just barely...
That is correct. From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature for quite a long...
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a... Anyway, now that we know that...
It is too late. It had already absorbed too much of the primordial sea's energy before we could notice it. At this point, it has become practically integrated with... Even if the entirety...
We've already done everything we can, and we even found the true culprit. We've come so far.
Indeed. That's not how a grand performance should end.
I'll fight it to the end. No matter what.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied. Just as prophecies are usually only the future, as ultimately, fate...
Oke, cutscene lagi.
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe It is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Farina! No, I still need answers.
Loh. Fossilers. Wow, Waduh. Kita bertemu Hydro Archon yang sebenarnya, guys.
You.
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing.
You are not Farina. Who are you?
The sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my...
Fossilor. Why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness no, the heavenly principles.
Deceiving the heavenly principles?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused. She knew full well that the prophecy would end as one of the seven. She also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principle. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather... I spent a terribly long time mulling it over. Alone on the ocean floor, I had to outwit the heavenly principles. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of but one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I...
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's hand?
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do. Even now, after becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as nigh. The me you see before you now is that divinity. And the human counterpart I left behind, I named Farina. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess, as were her shortcomings. But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then I cursed her. All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principle. Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon, alone, weeping on her throne, in order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Fossilor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. Instead, I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera.
But Farina is only human, isn't she? Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being. I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure. It must have been torture for her.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, I most definitely owe her an apology for it. It's been 500 years, and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Aku main speechless asli waktu ngedengerin ceritanya. Seriusan, sampai speechless aku. Aku paham apa yang mereka omongin tadi.
Oh, who permitted you to come onto this stage? Now, all right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Just feel. Oh, do not jest. I am Fosalor, the Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough.
Booba, get the...
Push him.
Nice and spicy.
You come a little closer.
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Nice and spicy.
Hah? Tiket?
Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are...
Be not nervous. Be not afraid. I am before you.
Wait a moment. You're... mirror me? How...
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's
Mirror me?
the prophecy.
What prophecy? The people will all be dissolved into the waters.
Oh, very good. You know it well.
What's going... But doesn't that mean everyone will die?
Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings exist in this world precisely to give people a chance to... I will tell you how to save everyone, but...
Oh, so as for... But if there were scales with all the people of...
I suppose this would also be the just...
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost play at. That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy.
But how will I do this? A human assuming the role of a god without being exposed.
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. Being a human yourself, I'm sure you remember. Your true challenge will not be pursuing divinity.
I'm still not sure I understand, but I'll try. So, how long am I going
to accomplish this mission? You will have I promise you, all will.
A trial, huh? The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession. But this is my first. What should I say? To most appear like a. I'm sure you've all heard. In truth, I know as the god Focalor. Once again, this. I thought I might steal.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What's the difference between her and an...
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might...
Wait, what's going on? Right. Calm down, Farina. Think. Assertive, with a strong... Oh, very good, my people. Oh, now, I was wondering if some... You may consider my... Now then!
So that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside...
Personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Beth, my dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your... We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, the scales of justice should not. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be... No, this won't work.
Ya Allah, ngantuknya. Main Genshin tuh kadang kalau nyimak story gini ngantuk bawaannya guys. Tapi mau nggak mau harus apa?
I must play the role that they want me to play. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they... There is no trust. So long as I...
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports, as well as a summary of the...
Besides...
if I may be so impertinent...
A magnificent...
That's true,
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now to...
Lama juga ya ini ya.
Lady Farina.
No need to thank. All right. Deoteiro.
He's...
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports. As for the specific parameters you asked...
I see. It's as I thought that all manner of Really?
I'm...
Walau tidur.
The day is finally over. I haven't had a moment to breathe, but it's good to see that everything's getting on track. There are... Maybe this is fine. I just... Alright, Farina, don't think too hard about this. You need...
Lady Farina, here are the new...
There'll be no...
Lady Farina.
Indeed, my dear.
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me informed should... I just... don't know when these days will end. I feel utterly exhausted. Best...
Adu keras-kerasan mungkin. Ini mah siapa yang nggak kalah, Cok?
Lady Farina, I've heard that the first...
Are you crying?
Really now? This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god.
No wonder. No wonder.
So interminable. Hundreds of years must have passed by now. I never imagined. Have I? I want to tell someone. Anyone. I've conducted so many investigations across. All I can do is keep heart. I must maintain this act. It is the only way to save Fontaine.
Farina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone. Your people are more than willing to...
Share. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my...
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me.
A witness. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you? If that's the case... She's right. I could confide in her, couldn't I? But if things don't play out as expected, the people of Fontaine will be the ones to pay the price. No, Farina. You shouldn't be selfish. But what if it's Serena? Is it such an if you let this opportunity slip through your think about it long and hard. No, I have nothing to say. I am. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to
Fine.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the full plan?
Yes, she did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5, it seems that trusting humanity.
I believe that I understand how your deception works. But that is only half the truth. How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine?
Ah, good. Of course, the Iudex of Fontaine has. I'm sure you've
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber. It now seems that that person.
And then I became one with the oratories, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem. Alas, in truth, it is no Oh, you have it. And to be more. My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate. But really, the vast majority had to be.
It was all a part of your plan then? Both the trial.
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontaine, but.
So the oratrice is called. The destruction of that divine throne.
Returning what's rightful. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Oh, what? Getting sad again, are we? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more.
All you've done.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my right, Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea. And I, for my part, am the god. Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the in other words, defying the at this point, Iudex Neuvillette.
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, at last, I now understand. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living you are a devious one, Fosalo. Things being as they are. Surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
Waduh, cutscene.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Waduh, backsound ini, aduh. Waduh. Wah, cutscene.
I, Eudex Nivelet, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
Aku ikut malah bingung aja. Sang itu sopo? Enggak. Iya, aku ikut jadi ikutnya maksudnya anjir.
What was that bright light? Some sort of misdirection?
But since
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast. I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, and now we should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me the root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal. Come with me, traveler.
Oke. Kita ngawan paus. Let's go. Beta lagi akhirnya. Dua sedang menonton. Welcome yang baru datang ya guys. Wah, ini nih yang agak sulit nanti. Ya apa caranya ini?
I've already done my best to separate the power of the primordials. Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it.
Gimana caranya? Tolong!
I shall share a part of the ancient weapon. We shall look for an opening together.
Ah, itu.
Feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Gimana cara ngelawannya ini?
Dodge this.
Wow, ini bahaya. Wow.
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself.
Gila, susah coy. Tiga sedang menonton, mereka yang baru datang ya guys. Buset. Gimana cara ngelawannya ini? Bisa lah, aku bisa kok. Wow, no!
What's the hulking thingy over there? It looks really scary.
Freeze!
Boba, get them!
dance!
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
Don't be such a brute!
Let the show begin.
Wah, ini nih. Wow. Weh. HS, wih kok HS ya? Wih ini si set. Cantik cuy.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but it was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen.
Power.
Hyman has an idea. It's just that he gave us the impression.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, so you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange that kind of power is wasted on it. All in all, the point.
Well, being that this pet, so what sort of person is your master? Well, child's master's master.
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did. His name is Sertologi.
I am unfamiliar with that.
Huh. So master isn't sufficiently famous.
The fowl?
Still nothing?
Ooh, that one we've...
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names, but I suppose you understand now, yes?
Wait, didn't you...
Actually, never mind that. That the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove as such. In other words...
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the...
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Wah.
Hey! Help! Over here!
Wah.
All hands initiate emergency rescue! water's receding!
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
Ramadan 11 anjing. Metren, mana metren? Pinjam nganu pentomnya metren.
Oh anjing, ya siapa ini anjing? Ada kalian. Stop. Ya, kasihan. Woi, diajak ke meet gua. Let me meet alone.
The soil renewed. Old soil, skyship with the various people always go. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really?
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The value for these big scoops, Edwin's assistant, Jurier...
Paimon's curious.
And that's exactly why I'd like... Oh, this time...
Ada bandel kayak gua nggak?
Kayunya sekarat tuh.
Anjir, boleh lah lu balikin lah, gua ginian aja lah.
Oh, habis sakit banget.
Awas, triple pokoknya.
Oh, it's you.
Hey,
I'm here to update my... let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snežević. Our residents are hot...
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. But if you don't mind, could you not...
I get where you're coming from.
That would be fine.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials.
Huh?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole...
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions?
Forget it.
I see you're...
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake...
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up. And
Was it a good shot?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the also not to...
Wow.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that
Whoa, you're welcome.
That's a...
In truth, I told him that it was...
You're right.
Stay safe now. And tell...
Harus apa sih namanya? Mainnya di
Loh.
Everyone's thought you've got a set schedule, guaranteed food. Oh, you mean Risley? Well, he does look kind of intimidating. Paimon wonders how he's like with the... Yeah.
Excuse me?
Huh?
Excuse me, is someone...
Nope.
Malas story quest. Woi, Archon questnya dulu.
Did you hear my call? Thank you.
Why are you hiding in here anyway? If we hadn't happened to...
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
Whoa, that...
No!
Just your... Wait, Paimon gets it! Something must have happened to your hair! Sorry, you just need your hair...
I think you may have... It's a stop. I think that it's really...
Don't worry.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Dude! Did you come?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you.
It's an honor to finally meet them.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your...
Of course, of course.
All right then. This way.
Hey,
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't...
Sir, please don't...
But it looks like...
No, I just...
Now, I might not look it, but I at the boat that brought... Still, if I might...
I have to apologize, but that ship is present...
Really?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps...
Did you really have to use the... Well, then, 2 solo photos will...
Is my hair messed up?
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to...
see...
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Sure.
Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes.
Other than that flying ship.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through.
You're too kind, sir.
I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh?
He sure did win them.
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news.
Oh.
What change can there be? As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave...
Hey, everyone. The photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a...
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go.
There'll be a...
Maybe. Who knows? All right. Last stop, the docks.
Why you guys go bit, bro? What the fuck? Nice. Mana? SG dulu.
Dodge this!
Navia mentioned that she stayed in.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of get?
It's a wondrous bag.
Trick a friend.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you...
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have it?
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine social.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to...
Yes, I was planning to first introduce...
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out.
Lynette, could you...
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got... Father says that...
That's a...
Oh, after Lady Fer...
A diplomatic gift.
Yes, I was quite... It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child. Or as... Furthermore, Father did... I would agree. I suspect you'll have...
But that's...
They say that he's returned to Snesh not...
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of...
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see...
Are you going to take the gnosis?
That is our duty as Don't be too preoccupied with side. Switching my masks is something Well, that depends on many things. As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist. That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about The sea breeze is quite pleasant.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled...
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take...
To move things about?
That's right. I guess this must... All right, then.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see what Neverlet's do? The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there!
Pakai jatuh lagi aku. Udah bagus-bagus, sudah deket malah jatuh. Kesel banget asli. Dua sedang menonton, welcome yang baru datang ya guys.
What's the hurry?
So, you really are here, Neverland. I didn't think you were going to have...
Really? Oh, in any case, you came at a good time.
Aw, Paimon! Alright, let's... Whoa. So that's what happened? Fussalor destroyed the divine, but Paimon still doesn't quite get what you...
For me, the authority of the Fontainians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power, but so long as those primordial... In other words, when I gave...
Fussalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Yeah, and in a...
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide. As far as I'm aware, Natlan...
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect that I would... Unlike ancient dragons, such as Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages the... There is one other piece of information I got. The harbinger known as the Captain has thrown...
Captain.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hey, when we spoke to we guessed that there might be...
No wonder that... So regarding this specific issue, I was... In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head...
What next?
I can finally catch. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons. But with something very similar. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
I do not know.
You should have the
Remains?
Huh.
Well, that much is true, but I fear I have never...
I've been training with my master. It is only natural for the... Regardless, you should probably... To live in itself is a...
What do you need?
No need...
This third...
Master, if you're interested, though.
Next time, you will...
I do.
That's what she told me.
The remains of... So that's what the Gnosis...
All the same, assuming...
And she said...
If she speaks the truth... I guess that you might already be... That means that the Gnosis... I wonder...
No, let's not be comparing the Traveler to the dead. That's what you say, but this...
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind...
Alright.
Yes.
But... She said...
I suppose that would be the mystery. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if life flowed... And what old...
Yes, selesai sudah. Akhirnya selesai. Oke lah, aku habis ini end stream guys. Yeay, our conquest habis. Oke. Kita gacha guys, let's go. Apakah bisa mendapatkan Raiden? Kita coba dulu, siapa tahu kan. Ah, ini biru nggak dapat nih. Nah, kita coba lagi yang ini. Oh, nggak tahu. Ini aku apakah ini dapat? Oh, masih belum. Oke. Ayo Raiden, ayo dong. Raiden pulang dong. Ya Allah, nggak dapat dong. Ya udahlah, nggak apa-apa. It's okay, it's okay. Masih ada 6 energi BTW. Akun quest sudah habis, tinggal menunggu update. Nah ya tadi. Tempat fort senjata di mana sih? Event spesial belum aku mainin loh.
Anak-anak masuk. Saya harbor yang di atas.
Tages. Katanya mau HS. Woi, jam 3 kurang 10 boleh. Jam 3 kurang 10 pulang. Iya, aku pengen ngecil. Katanya mau HSR. Enggak jadi. Aku mau masih harus ini, apa tuh namanya, explore aku.
Gua gak ada senjata anjir.
Loh. Oh, ala dari tadi ada yang ngechat. Ya ampun. Wah. Guys, maaf ya guys kalau tadi ada yang ngechat nggak aku baca, baru masuk ke sini loh. Aduh.
Ada Barete nih mau
Punten Mang, ada siapa aja? Aufa, ada Bang Lucky, Pak Amir, ada Bang Gremor. Iya ampun. Streamer pin. Bodoh amat. Oh, jadi tadi ada yang ngeliat aku gacha. Gak apa-apa. Aku bakal gacha kayak gitu selagi Raiden belum pulang. Raiden pulang aku nabung udah. Aku belum login ini nyata loh. Chatnya nggak kebaca loh, parah banget emang. Belum coy. Ya udahlah, kita balik ke Genshin. Oke lah. Oke guys, jadi sampai sini aja dulu streaming siang ini ya, karena aku cuma mau nyelesain Alcon Quest dan sisanya aku bakal main sendiri nanti, mungkin kayak nge-explore Fontaine apa. Oke, jadi sebelum aku off, aku lihat dulu siapa yang nemenin. Ada Akun, Aufa, ada Bang Lucky, Pak Amir, terus Bang Gremori, Bang Lucky, dan Azami. Oke, thank you yang udah datang ya guys. Oke, sampai jumpa di stream berikutnya. Oke, mungkin untuk kedepannya selagi Genshin ini akun questnya belum update, aku bakal streaming HSR tentunya ya, karena aku selama ini streaming Genshin itu buat streaming akun questnya. Tapi berhubung akun quest sudah habis, jadi aku bakalan streaming HSR untuk kedepannya. Oke, semoga bisa sih streaming 2 kali seminggu lah minimal. Oke ya. Oke.